The following is a production of Sharkflight Media.
From mechs to mages or agents to argonauts, this is the world of Chris Kennedy Publishing. This is the CKP Future Books Podcast.
Welcome, everyone, to the December edition of Future Books, where we speak with our editor and publisher, Chris Kennedy, about the books being released in the month of December. And we will also feature a book this month from the very same person, our editor and publisher, Chris Kennedy. So, and we want to welcome him to the podcast this month and thank him for taking time to talk to us about what's happening in the month of December. Welcome, Chris.
Hey, thanks a lot. Great to be here talking with you as always. Well, and I love the stuff that we have on the schedule this month, and it's not just because I'm on it.
Well, no, but I am really happy that you're featured this month because the book that we are going to be reviewing is in a new category for you as an author, and I've had the opportunity to read it, and I think that this is a great book. So congratulations on writing something in a new category that comes out of the gates running.
Well, I'm super excited to hear that you liked it. Anytime you do something new, you're always worried about, hey, is this going to work? Is it going to be good? Is it going to sell? Is it going to, all those things. So it's great to hear that, I'm one for one. I've got the first person out the door has said it's okay. So looking forward to getting it out there to everybody else.
So let's go ahead and start off with the first book of the month, which is going to be released on December the 5th. The name of it is Galactic MERC. Level 1, it is a literary RGP novel, and it's written by Chris Kennedy.
Hey, all right, I'll jump in. It is like you said, lit RPG, sci-fi lit RPG, which is still kind of a new in burgeoning genre. I wanted to jump in early. We've published 2 series so far that were sci-fi lit RPG, one from Don Chapman and one from Fred Hughes, and they've both done pretty well. So I wanted to dip my toes in. I heard about the Lit RPG Con that was out west this year, and it was great and huge, and everybody was excited, and it was something that I hadn't done. But when I was talking with Fred and a couple other people about the convention, I was like, you know what? I've got an idea for this. And the one thing that's always kind of bugged me about Lit RPG books is that a lot of times the Lit RPG stuff, the leveling up, the stats are all just kind of contrived. And it really doesn't lend anything to the book other than, make it seem kind of like a game that you're playing with friends. So I wanted to try and make the stats actually mean things, and have it make sense for why they are there and what they're doing. So, I'll let the readers decide whether I succeeded with that or not. But that's where I was going with it. And it starts out about a mile from my house. With an author character, and it's a lot of fun, and I've just had a ball writing it. I will probably finish the 3rd book in the series here this week, and the first 3 are all already up for pre-order on Amazon. So I expect it to go at least 5, maybe 9, maybe 12. We'll see. We'll see what the response is to it, and if people like it as much as I do, then I'll keep doing it, because I'm cranking the books out super fast because it's just a lot of fun to write, and I love the characters and I love the universe.
Well, I'll put my 2 cents worth in. I agree with you. I've read the book. It's very good. I enjoy the characters. I love the way that they deal with each other. I love the way that you keep track of where the main character is on his journey. As I said to you offline, I think traditionally Lit RPG has mostly been explored through the fantasy genre, and it's really refreshing to see somebody take lit RPG, bring it to science fiction, and do a good job with it. So I strongly recommend this book to anybody that wants to read it.
Woohoo!
All right, and then we're going to skip forward to December 12th. It's a new Four Horsemen universe novel. It's in the storyline of Exodus. It's book 5. The name of it is Beggar, and it's by Ikenberry and Fox. Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. This, since you see Kevin Ikenberry on the cover, you can just about guess that it's going to be Peacemaker related or related to that line, and you would be right. As we're tying up everything in the universe, this is going to bring the Peacemakers closer to conclusion. As Mark and I bring the Four Horsemen to conclusion, it's all going to tie in together. Right now, I think there's going to be, this is book 5. 6 is Heads Will Roll by Nick Steverson. Then we've got a couple from Mark and I. We've got one more from Kevin and Nick Steverson, one from David Shadoin and Kevin Ikenberry, and then the final one from Mark and I. So we're rolling down toward the end. We're almost halfway in the last series. To finding out, who's going to win the galaxy, basically. This is going to be the end of the arc that started with Cartwright's Cavaliers, 110 books ago. It is not going to be the end of the universe. There will be more books in the universe. Every time I say it's the end of this series, people go, "Oh, there's not going to be any more Four Horsemen." Yes, there's going to be more Four Horsemen. There will be new storylines. There will be, all sorts of new things. It's going to be one of those things where we owed the readers a successful conclusion to what began with the first 4 books. And we're finally getting around to it a mere 110 books later.
And it's hard to keep tension for 104 books.
Yeah. So, we'll get that tied up. And then we can do whatever we want. We can go in a lot of different ways, and it'll be, we'll be looking for some input from the readers. What do you want to see more of? Where would you like to see us go? And we'll go from there. And there'll definitely be more in the Four Horsemen universe, and I'm looking forward to it.
Me too. And 104 books for anything is a great run, and being able to start fresh from what we've been following in the Four Horsemen universe so far, I'm sure will bring a great refresh to the series.
Yeah, and it really needs it. I mean, there are people that are just now finding Cartwright's Cavaliers, and they're looking at it going, 110 books. I don't know if I want to, put in that kind of time. So we need to give some people, new on-ramps to get into the universe. And, maybe once they explore some of it, they'll want to go back and do the entire thing, and maybe not. Maybe they'll just want to read the main storyline books, and that's okay too. But we need to make it more accessible to people that are just finding it. I've met several people that, when I said how many books we're in, took that as a challenge and were excited and went, "Oh my God, that's awesome. I'm going to read 110 books." And they totally have. But not everybody feels that way. So we got to give some new on-ramps to, other folks that are just finding the series.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to that. Then on December 19th, we have a book that is a category that I think CKP does better than anyone else, which is anthologies. And it's we haven't seen as many anthologies in the last year or so as we had in the past. So I'm super excited about this. It's called Running with Sharp Objects. and it's from Universes at War. It's the second book in that series of anthologies, and man, you're getting an all-star cast of authors. We're getting Kevin Ikenberry, Mark Wandry, Fred Hughes, Casey Azell, John Osborne, Melissa Altoff, Marissa Wolf, Nick Steverson, and more. I mean, I think there's 17 authors in this series, and it's edited by Kennedy and Wandry. I don't think you can do this. Is a great Christmas present to anybody who's a science fiction reader. So tell us a little bit about this.
Sure. And it's edited by me. Mark has a story in it, which you will get to his story second in it. I believe it's in the number 2 hole, and it's a wonderful story. And I would say that about all of the stories in this book. There is certainly something for everyone in here. And I could not be more excited about this anthology. The stories are awesome. The authors are awesome. There's a couple authors from outside CKP. You've got Blaine Pardo, who is a big mech guy, doing some mech things. He wrote for MechWarrior, I think MechWarrior for a long time. He's been writing mechs, as long as mechs were cool. You got Craig Martell, who has, written 200 books. He's an outstanding author, and we have James S. Aaron, who was in the one last year as well. So he's back, and he has the lead story, which is one of the top 3 short stories I think I've ever read.
Wow.
So, yeah.
And you read a lot of short stories.
I have read a lot of short stories. So we're starting out with him and then going to Wandry, and then there's another one that's incredible, following pretty close after that. And it just goes on and on. The stories are awesome. I have had just an absolute ball doing the final edits on these. I couldn't be prouder of this anthology, and it's funny. This, they say all good stories start with a bar. This didn't start with a bar, but it started at a convention, and we were up in the CKP room at LibertyCon. And, it got to be toward the end of the night, and Mark Stallings came up with this idea. Hey, we need to do Express Elevator to Hell. and he, talked about this anthology, and everybody that was standing around said, oh, that sounds great. Yes, I want to be in. Yes, come in. And it was a matter of trying to weed some of the people down because everyone wanted to be in it. And then, we put that out last year. It did phenomenally well. And in part because a lot of the authors bring their own universes, and that's why it's Universes at War. Not only do you have just, stories that, are not aligned with anything, but a lot of them are. A lot of them are stories in the author's main universe. So when you like them, you can go check out, the universe itself, and there's a lot more to read and get into, and you don't have to end it just with the one short story. So it's a lot of fun. This one is the exact same as the first, in that, I think we have 6 or 8, of authors' universes. There's a 4 Horsemen book. There's a Brittania book. There's, all sorts of different things in here, and you're going to love them all.
Well, I can't wait to read it. And like I said, I don't know of a publishing house, and I'm not talking about ebooks. I'm talking about across all the ways that you get reading material, ebooks, traditional publishing, magazines, anybody who does anthologies, as well as CKP. So this is high up on my looking forward to list. And then we're going to finish up the month of December on December the 26th with Raven by Fred Hughes, who, as everyone knows who listens to the podcast, one of my favorite CKP authors. And this follows this is within that Chronicles of Brittania universe, and this comes after the book that we got a couple of months ago, Snake, that was set in that universe. So I'm looking forward to this.
Absolutely. This is Raven, and it's co-write with Alex Rath, again, like Snake was. And this has really turned out to be a great partnership because it lets Fred get, some of the background info out on the characters that everybody was asking for, while still letting him focus a lot on getting out new material in the main storyline. So this is, like I said, has really worked out well. Alex has done a great job infusing life into the characters. I particularly looked forward to this one because I've always liked the character of Raven. The subtitle of this is Raven, Imperial Assassin. So if you haven't picked up any of the Brittania books, you can read this as a standalone and find out about the Empire's assassin. She is the preeminent assassin in the Empire, and she's also just a pretty good person when it all is said and done. She has a big part in the main storyline, and turns into a good person. She may not have always been one, as assassins sometimes are, but she becomes a staunch supporter and is a good person, and really has been a great character for the main storyline. So it's a lot of fun to get to see some more of her. The book comes out on my birthday, so that's always a sentimental one. Who gets that slot? And it's like last year. Fred Hughes got the last book of the year and the first book of the new year. He's going to be doing it again because he's got, Raven here on December 26th, and then the first book of the year on January 2nd will be the next Brittania book, Hero's Vengeance. So he's going to back-to-back the years again this year.
Well, there's not an author who deserves it more. He's a great author and has written some really great books for CKP. So I'm looking forward to both of those. I guess since this is December, we will encourage everyone to go to the website, chriskennedypublishing.com, and look through the books that are available there. We have books, we have audio books, there's a great selection there for people. We've also started toward the end of the year this year with our box sets. Those are listed on the website. This is a great way to gift some CKP books to friends and family members and be able to give them enough of the storyline to get them hooked so that they'll come back and get more. We certainly hope that you guys go to the website and get some of these and gift them for Christmas presents.
Books always make great presents, and that's a fact. And December's books are no different. They're great titles. The anthology gets people into a bunch of different places, and is one of the best anthologies I've ever read. So, take a look and send the joy of books for the holidays. And besides, if you're going to be with people that, sometimes you have issues with, a book is always nice to snuggle with when you need time alone.
Yeah, because people will tend to leave you alone if they think you're doing something. Yeah. So anyway, we appreciate you listening, and we're going to stop the first half of the podcast here. I'm going to see if I can round up that Chris Kennedy guy, the author for Galactic MERC, and see if he wants to say a few words about the beginning of this new series. So thanks everyone for listening.
Well, we'll do that, but I would be remiss if I didn't end this session by saying thank you very much to you for all you've done for Future Books. This is going to be the last episode of Future Books. And I really could not be happier with the series, with the job you've done, and I totally appreciate everything you've done to make Future Books happen, and to help us get the word out about all the books that we're publishing each month to the general public and to readers, and to help them find our great books. And so thank you very much, Randy. I've enjoyed the years doing this with you. We're looking to do something new in the new year. But this has been a joy every month talking with you and getting to chat about books. And I really do thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Well, I would like to say that I appreciated the opportunity when we started this. I don't know of an independent publishing company, ebook publishing, that was doing this on a regular basis, and you gave me the opportunity to do this, and I have enjoyed every month, made lots of friends. The CKP family is unique. Everybody that's involved are class people, and hopefully we'll find a place that I can contribute in the future. So thank you so much for the opportunity.
You bet. And now let's go talk about Galactic MERC.
Thanks, everyone, for listening to the first half of the podcast. And as with every month, we're now going to go in depth with the book of the month, which this month is Galactic MERC Level 1. This is a new category of books for CKP. We have 3 or 4 so far, and I think we're probably going to be seeing more. It's Lit RPG, and it's written by our publisher, Chris Kendi. Chris, thank you for staying and talking to us a little bit about this new book.
Oh, absolutely. I for those that heard the first half, I love this book. So I am very, very happy to talk about it more.
Yeah, I am. I can't say enough good things about this book. I did not think that I would enjoy it as much as I did. Doing lit RPG in the science fiction genre, I think, is particularly hard. To make a story that works with a leveling system in science fiction is no joke. And Chris, I think you've done an excellent job with this book.
Awesome. Thank you very much. As I said, I really wanted to make lit RPG make sense, so that it was an integral part of the book rather than, just kind of a strap on. Okay, here's a framework that we have to participate in order to make it part of the genre. I wanted it to be, part and parcel, and there to be a reason for it.
And I love the fact that the book starts in the metropolis of Queen-Jock, North Carolina.
Well, I mean, if you're going to have a UFO abduction, the island that I live on has long been known for strange occurrences and strange lights seen at night. Some people say they're military things. Some people say they're the swamp gas, whatever. My next door neighbor swears that a UFO paused over her house one time, and she will swear to you that there are UFOs running around here, and I took advantage of that. And the fact that it's an author at the campground hanging out, which we did at FactoryCon for 4 years in a row. It is something that I drew from experience on, having been there and done that.
Yeah, that'd be the worst place for an alien to land his UFO, because unlike other parts of the country, if they had landed at that particular campground on those particular weeks, there would have been a line of people lined up to get on the spacecraft instead of having to abduct them.
Take me. Oh, absolutely. And all the readers and all the authors would all be like, "Yay, we want to go for a ride. Take us for a ride."
Yes.
They're like, "Yeah, it's a one-way ride. Get on board."
They still probably would have had more than they could carry. I love the characters in the book. I love how several of the characters take the main character under their wing and start helping him become a galactic mercenary. Why don't you tell the listeners as much as you can about what this book's about without giving spoilers?
Okay, sure. Well, we've already alluded to the fact that it starts with a UFO abduction. And the main character is an author, as I mentioned. So he gets abducted, and what turns out to be slavers have him, but they get busted by a mercenary organization. So now the author is, light years from home. He has no money. He has no nothing. And it's kind of a libertarian society. And they go, okay, well, you're free. Have a good time. And he's like, well, what do I do? How do I get home? And they're like, well, there's no UFOs going to Earth. So, have a nice day. Figure it out. And it turns out that they need a warm body for their next mission. So they go, well, okay, we'll take you on and we'll pay you, and maybe then you can afford a ride home. Meanwhile, while he's doing this, he finds out that Earth has actually been invaded by a number of different alien races. And he decides that, it is now his mission that he is going to become a mercenary and rid the Earth of all of the evil infestations, and save the world. And if you look at the cover, you can see that totally. He's the main character is standing there in his level 1 awesomeness with, crappy armor and crappy weapons, but he is gonna take on the world. Look at me. I am the savior of Earth.
Yeah. And there is a good through line of humor in this book. The thing that struck me is the pace. If you enjoy a fast-paced book that goes from one exciting story to another, this is the book for you.
Awesome, because that's certainly what I was going for with it. So I'm happy to hear that it works.
Yeah, there's not like 12 pages of explaining the antennas on the hull of the 14,000 foot ship. Not that any science fiction author has ever done that, but
no, or the 47 pages of how the government runs.
Exactly. This book goes from one fast-paced adventure to another. So
he's a level 1 guy. He doesn't know much, and everything is over his head. Just all he needs to know is which way to point the gun and shoot. Yeah,
and if you've ever worked in a team environment like you and like me, this gives us a picture of a rookie or a newbie exactly like it is in those situations. The people who are helping him have a real vested interest in helping, but they're also going to make him feel like an idiot as much as possible.
and that is exactly it. And they do not go easy on him.
No, they do not. And you said there's 2 more books immediately coming?
Yeah, they're already up for pre-order. The first and second are finished and already up. I should finish the third one probably. If it weren't for Thanksgiving this week, it'd be done probably tomorrow or the next day, but it'll be done in the next week. Assuming that people like it and purchase it, there will be at least 5. I've already got the covers for 5, so I might as well write them. And I can see this series going 9 books or 12, depending on, on reader desire. It won't be a 4 Horsemen 110, but it may very well be 10 or so. Because I like it. The books are about 80,000, so they're a little bit shorter than the main books that I've written in the past. But they go fast, and if I can get them out fast, have one every 5 weeks, that should keep them going.
So, listeners, let's get behind this and push. Like you said, I will attest to the fact that they read fast and they are excellent stories. So I think everybody will enjoy this. Anything else you want to talk about this month?
No, I'm good. I'm like I said at the end of the earlier section, I appreciate everything you've done for CKP and getting the word out on great books to great readers.
Well, thank you so much, and it's been a blast. And everyone who's listened through the whole thing, thank you so much for sticking with us. This will be the last episode, and we really appreciate your listenership. And hopefully, we'll be doing something that you can jump on board with in the future. Thanks, Chris.
Absolutely, and thank you once again. Loved everything. Loved working with you as we've done all these. So looking forward to seeing what's next.
You've been listening to the CKP Future Books Podcast with host Randall Willis. If you enjoyed this podcast, please consider leaving it a review on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you subscribe. Show likes and channel subscriptions are also much appreciated on the CKP YouTube channel. Finally, if you'd like to know more about this author or others on the CKP roster, visit chriskennedypublishing.com. Thanks for listening to the CKP Future Books Podcast. We'll see you next time.